We've seen plenty of people clip the wall on the exit of 4 through the years, but couldn't scrub the speed off in time, and into the barrier on the outside of 3. And we saw the yellow flag pop out for a second. And another low grip moment, another spin out there for Ferrari. Oh, snapped on it.
I'll tell you, that's a bigger hit than I thought from the damage. Maybe the right rear was more hidden from view, but the way that he's gone sideways and hit the barrier.
Guys, hit the wall. Damn. Sorry, guys.
Let's see what happened then, down to Mirabeau. There's absolutely no grip for him there.
Start to his home Grand Prix weekend, but not one that he would have wanted at all. And he's into the back of Lance Stroll.
Yeah, so Stroll's coming to the pits as well, just behind Leclerc. Stroll's jumped out of the way of the car ahead, and then... wow.
Come on.
3/10, isn't he?
Whoa! How's he got away with that?
Leclerc on the inside, hugging the white line and the curb. He oversteers over the curb, and it just knocks him wide into Hamilton.
And already eliminated one of our contenders. Charles Leclerc is out, and 19 will take the 19 laps around this configuration of circuit. 2 gets by, and this one's not over yet. We're heading into the wall at high speed. Sainz and Perez make collision. These are the final corners for Oscar Piastri, ringing the speed from the McLaren car off in the background there. Big moment off the wall. Carlos Sainz has lost it into the barrier.
During that red flag. Oh, and we see the Ferrari going around.
Into the wall. Carlos Sainz can't keep it on the road.
Brakes online. Everything's looking good so far. Grip level's good. You see not a lot of standing water. Then you go downhill. Oh, wow. On the power. Down the hill in almost a straight line.
Oh my gosh, sorry guys.
Oh, big moment off the road. He just set the personal best in Sector 1, but Charles Leclerc in Sector 2 has gone off at huge speed. Charles Leclerc being told to retire the car. They went for the tyre gamble. They've gone a lap down. Off the road goes Carlos Sainz, and he is rejoining Alex Albon involved in that. He's just to the right-hand side, I believe, as Sainz on the slip and slide part of the circuit. Can he get back in the race?
Yeah, he's just getting there, but Albon's in the wall on the right-hand side, so they must have come to blows then. That was on the edge of the top 10.
Oscar Piastri is the only retirement from the Grand Prix so far.
No!
But as I complete that sentence, Charles Leclerc is coming to a stop.
No, come on. What happened, guys? No power.
So then Verstappen and Hamilton to the inside of Verstappen. They're nearly banging wheels. In the background goes Charles Leclerc into the gravel trap and off the road. It's as he were from the top 3. It's going to be close to contact, and Fernando Alonso is spun round by Carlos Sainz. That is Sainz in the pit lane, recording a retirement for the first time this year.
So the situation is getting worse, so we retire the car. We retire.
That was always coming. Charles Leclerc retires from the Dutch Grand Prix.
That is Carlos Sainz, who looks like he's beached that Ferrari. He's ahead of Charles Leclerc, bad start from him. Daniel Ricciardo hits Carlos Sainz, and Ferrari is spun round, and Ricciardo manages to keep going, and oh no! And into the gravel goes Carlos Sainz, and there'll be no cheers for that. He's down in 6th place, and at turn 4, Carlos Sainz has had a moment, rejoins the race.
Charles Leclerc must wonder where everybody got to this afternoon, but that's a Ferrari going very slowly.
That's Charles Leclerc.
And that's Charles
going
Leclerc.
very slowly.
No, what happened? Lost power.
In Sector 1, Carlos Sainz looks like he stopped at turn 4.
It is Carlos Sainz who stopped at turn 4, and there is Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari, was running in 4th place. Oh no, and now we have a blowout coming down the straight, and that is Charles Leclerc, whose teammate is out of the race, and Leclerc has an engine failure. And on the run down,
What's
comfortably
happened
ahead.
to the Ferrari?
Oh no, the engine's gone. The engine's gone for Carlos Sainz.
So unfortunate, especially when you've got that grippy run off here.
Are you okay?
I cannot get photo. No!
Is a Ferrari off, and it is Carlos Sainz into the barrier and out of the race. And that is absolute heartbreak for Carlos Sainz, who has been pushed into the garage. Lance Stroll, just arriving far too quickly into the scene. Leclerc dives down the inside as Vettel gets squeezed a bit and then comes to grief with his teammate. We're watching what's going on as Sebastian Vettel being wheeled into the garage, the first retirement of the race. Well, they'll have the debrief at Ferrari. There's some of the damage on Charles Leclerc's car. What has happened is Leclerc has gone from the points to tumbling outside the top 10.
Engine stopped, broken. I mean, I don't know what happened.
And Sebastian Vettel under pressure from George Russell, who wanted to get racing with the Ferraris. Oh, and Sebastian Vettel goes straight through the polystyrene blocks.
Brakes failed.
Just holding up Daniel Ricciardo, and that's Charles Leclerc. And that is a very big accident. And Sergio Perez all the way down in 18th place. Leclerc caught Perez. We saw the Racing Point getting all out of shape.
So Max seems under control and then gets on the skittles.
Charles Leclerc retires from his home race, and what a wretched home race it's been for him. Yeah.
Oh, he had the tiny bit of understeer, and now it's just going to skate straight into the barriers.
Sebastian Vettel was leading this race.
Stop the car now. Stop the car. He's serious.
An MG UK problem for Sebastian Vettel. You get the feeling if Ricciardo can get past Norris, then Vettel...
Look at that.
What's happened there? Sebastian Vettel has massive problems.
Broken
and part of his suspension, must have broken, as I think he left the track.
I think the suspension just failed. Yeah, failed.
And left rear wheel's not on properly.
For the second time this weekend, Ferrari have had a problem with a pit stop.
Shock 8, shock 8.
Nothing. Okay, nothing happened.
The race, Sebastian Vettel. He has been leading almost from start to finish, but now is out of this race.
Sake. Sorry, guys.
Safety car deployed.
And this is not a sight you would want to see if you're a fan of Kimi Raikkonen retiring from the Grand Prix. Down the Retta Aposta, can he now fight back? Leclerc made it very tough earlier. He's got a puncture. They made contact, and Charles Leclerc's got a puncture caused by contact with his teammate Sebastian Vettel. And Vettel's got problems too.
And this is totally self-inflicted here for Ferrari.
Safety car's been deployed.
Puncture. Mine, God, Mustafine.
It's on Raikkonen's tail, and that is the Ferrari of Kimi Raikkonen pulling over and parking, and his final race for Ferrari. Verstappen, last year's race winner, in trouble, but none more so than Kimi Raikkonen.
Steering arm broken.
Needs to cover him off. Kimi Raikkonen on the inside, and he's crashed with Verstappen. He's hit Vettel as well. Raikkonen is out before the first corner, and he's gone into the Red Bull there as well. Carnage as Fernando Alonso gets involved. Forward with Kimi Raikkonen, you can see the other Scarlet Ferrari coming into the pits to retire from this race. That is disaster from a personal point of view for Sebastian Vettel. You're down there?
Yeah, really nasty smoking. Kimi's just started. There's a little fire coming out of the top of the airbox. Come on, someone get with the extinguisher. Well done, Australian marshals. Good work. Ferrari were very slow with any of their extinguishers. Now they're just pouring.
Raikkonen on the inside of Valtteri Bottas. Raikkonen takes second place, and there's contact at the back. And it's the two Red Bulls that are getting tangled up. Danny Kvyat and Daniel Ricciardo, and I think it's maybe Ricciardo that came off worse. And there's a spin. There is a spinning Ferrari of Sebastian Vettel, and he is out. That Ferrari car. As Ricciardo sets a new fastest lap of the race, a 1:38.1 now, 5 seconds faster, 5 seconds clear, I should say. Nico Rosberg.
That's not doing as much damage as you'd think, but he's going straight off. He's retiring.
To make a move, that's Sebastian Vettel. And something has happened to his right rear tyre, and he nearly collected the manor. Sebastian Vettel looks to be out of this race, and Sebastian Vettel into turn 1. I think he's had a coming together there with Nico Rosberg.
Swab the rear wing, but yeah, so they've seen all the telemetry.
Hey, hang on, Ted. Kimi Raikkonen might be out of this race. What has happened to that Ferrari engine? Behind them, under pressure, is the Red Bull, and it's Kimi Raikkonen into the wall, and he almost collects the Red Bull, who does actually hit the front wing. That is a major incident for Kimi Raikkonen. So it's a big ask on the medium tyres, and what's happened? Going very, very slowly indeed. as Nasser and Ricciardo go through, and Kimi Raikkonen, well, he's definitely not going to catch Felipe Massa now. See what happened then to Kimi Raikkonen going into turn 2 as we ride on board with him here. Behind the, he must have had a decent start there, or the two Lotuses got a bad start. Oh, did Alonso actually trigger that accident, Martin?
Kimi is coming in very slowly. He's turned off the engine. Yeah, you can change the tyres all you like, guys.
It's pit stop practice.
But the engine's off. Sad end to what was a great race from Kimi Raikkonen.
That's a real shame for him this afternoon. One Ferrari left then in this race, and Sebastian Vettel currently in 4th.
5 cars out of the race then, Crofty. Raikkonen, Massa, Grosjean, Bottas and Stevens.
It's these sort of conditions though, you're going to get cars tripping over each other, you're going to get accidents, and that's what happened to Stevens. Got caught up in the first lap melee. Grosjean. Go at Raikkonen into turn 4. He's about a front wing ahead, locks up his brakes, now has the inside line, battling away, and they came together. Oh, and it's like the last lap in Russia, but this time it's Kimi Raikkonen that goes out. And whatever happened to his teammate, and Sebastian Vettel's out of the race. He's gone off in the S's, and he's gone off into the Tech Pro barriers, and that completes a totally wretched afternoon. It's a Ferrari, it's Kimi Raikkonen. Oh, he's gone off into the barrier as well, and that's a big shunt. It's a big shunt for the Ferrari. It takes the Williams there of Felipe Massa. The Caterham getting caught up. There's a tyre. Is for Fernando Alonso, who has stopped down at turn 1.
The safety car.
Would you say that is 10 car lengths behind, and that's why, because Alonso has stopped on the track. Oh dear. Catching Fernando Alonso, passing Fernando Alonso, and moving up in a second place.
He's going to go straight.
Front wing
Mark,
absolutely gives up. Unbelievable. Alonso could have come into the pits. He hasn't come into the pits, and he will be very lucky if he gets out of that gravel trap. Martin down at Sandoval. And it's for Felipe Massa, who's gone off at Sandoval for the 2nd day running. It's such an easy corner, and it's Felipe Massa, after such great work in the first few laps, all being undone now. And
the anti-stall is not cut in for him.
Ferrari are out. Oh, they're retiring Felipe Massa. Okay, Felipe Massa's race is over, guys, down here at Ferrari.
She was a bit sluggish, and there's Lewis Hamilton slewing into the wall, and oh dear, Roman Grosjean and Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton all coming to grief at La Source, and Alonso's hopes of a 24th point scoring consecutive finish dashed within 260 metres. Off the line, Perez challenging Grosjean, and Kimi Raikkonen dips onto the dirt. Look, there goes the Ferrari off the track. It's a dreadful start, and they're spinning round.
And that is Massa off the track again, and that is at the turn 6 and 7 chicane, and he looks very much like he's calling it a day. And now we've got Massa off the road, probably some suspension damage or something from that contact.
That's the entry of chicane, yeah.
Safety car has to go out. Thank you for that, Ted. And we got a Ferrari off. It's Fernando Alonso's beats the Ferrari in, where is that? Is that
That's
the
second chicane?
Yeah.
It's in turn 3, I think.
Secondary.
Secondary one,
I'm pretty sure that. That's a slow Ferrari.
There's something wrong with Massa's car. This is going from bad to worse for Ferrari.
Had a complete pit stop or not? I don't know whether they got the fuel in. Where's Vettel? That's the critical thing.
Massa has stopped, Mike. Felipe Massa has stopped out on the circuit. Cars streaming past him. He was in 3rd.
That will extend the safety car period as well.
And there's a problem for Raikkonen. Raikkonen slowing for Ferrari. Now, Kimi Raikkonen buttons away. Dear me, what a weekend for him.
That's the Ferrari about to exit the race. And that's terrible news for Rubens. Probably good news for Jenson Button, because right now he's on his, if he's 3 stopping as well.
That he is going to claim 5th place, which is all he needs to do to become the 2008 Formula 1 World Champion, Lewis Hamilton. And you will, well, the Ferrari boys are celebrating.
They both think they won, but Ferrari are wrong.
Ferrari are wrong. They're absolutely wrong. Hamilton's finished fifth, and Lewis, the father, has just realised that he celebrated a little bit too early.
Oh no, that's a big mistake. Massa's gone. Not for the first time. Ferrari's lighting system and their release. He's taken the hose with him as well, I think. They've got the spare hose ready, and that is the race leader, Felipe Massa, who has made a catastrophic mistake here in Singapore, and it could well cost him the Grand Prix.
Yeah, it's a shame that we lose points like that. Unfortunately, the car was better than
Massa makes massive contact there with David Coulthard. A huge incident there into turn one as the Ferrari driver tried to go past the Red Bull driver to slow him down. Meanwhile, Massa in the other Ferrari compounding that team's misery. He's pulling off to the side of the racetrack. Maybe he doesn't like the feel of that left front suspension after he whacked David Coulthard. Ferrari's worst start to a World Championship season for 16 years, and this is clearly what they really needed. Massa's off the racetrack. Felipe Massa. Is he beached? Can he get it going again? It sounds like the rear wheels are spinning and nothing's happening.
Yeah. A good 8 or 9 seconds.
Oh, look at the pit lane's closed, and Hamilton has hit the back of Kimi Raikkonen. Presumably the red light was on, it's green now.
There of Raikkonen behind Jarno Trulli. This is the scrap for fifth place. It's going slowly here. We've got a problem. It's gone. The engine's gone. Second race in a row for Ferrari. They lose one in the biggest possible way. There is oil all the way across the start finish. Going on there. Ferrari going slowly. Kimi Raikkonen is going slowly, touring round. The field pouring past him. I've got some kind of technical problem there. He's in the final part of the lap, so he will dive into the pit lane. We don't tend to get a great deal of team radio from Ferrari, so I'm not sure what we're going to find out, but that car looks like it might not even make it as far as the garage.
So it's a Ferrari out of the way in front of him as well. Gives him more points. Damage limitation going on well there for Fernando Alonso.
What looks like a race winning victory. Raikkonen's in trouble.
At the hairpin. Is he? Yeah, it's cutting out on him. As he was slow on the way into the hairpin. And intermittent, probably hydraulics, I'd imagine. The gear shift and the throttle pretty much work off the same system. And Kimi Raikkonen with a long way to go to get to the pit lane.
He's had a series of technical problems, stretching right back to the start of the year. He's slow, isn't he? Gearbox problems, you remember, in qualifying in Australia that put him back on the grid. But for that, his performances when the car's been working have been fantastic, and he would be on terms with Hamilton. Let's take a look here.
Yeah, well, I think he just did that on purpose. He knows he's coming in the pits. He couldn't be bothered with those curbs.
What he heard that.
But it's warranted.
Oh, is that Michael Schumacher? It is. Schumacher pushing enormously hard, trying to catch Jenson Button. He has dropped it on the final corner and hit the wall. Debris all over the track. Safety car has to be deployed in it.
Car, and Massa doesn't. He's got one lap, not even a lap under his belt before he's ripped the other side off the Ferrari. Now I think they worked all night, didn't they, more or less, to get him a new chassis after his mistake yesterday. And well, he's obviously collected somebody in, and so Alonso's 1.2 seconds quicker in the middle part of this lap alone, as Massa looks like he's got some problems and retires to the pits. The fourth retirement. Looks like a loose left rear wheel or damaged suspension.
Schumacher out of the race.
He's driving straight in the garage, and another reason why it's not reasonable to.
Nick Heidfeld, one of them. Rubens Barrichello there. Just look at the tyres on that car. Rubens Barrichello pitting and retiring from this Grand Prix.
Humongous, and that's a Ferrari off the road. Which one is that? Michael Schumacher has overcooked it down at turns 9 and 10, and that's put him out. He's at least dropped behind Jarno Trulli, and he's come back on ahead of Mark Webber and his brother Raul, and he's coasting. Michael Schumacher has a problem, and coming up behind Mark Webber and his brother Raul Schumacher in the Toyota, and he's pulling over and letting them through. Earlier on, you've got to be at least alongside if you're going to have a go down there, and it didn't look like he was. Rubens Barrichello is going to retire from the Grand Prix. Wow, we really thought this Ferrari was going to be better this weekend.
And into retirement goes the reigning world champion. This is the third retirement of the season.
McLaren, And there is Webber recovering. He's been in for a puncture and he tags the Ferrari of Michael Schumacher. He's lost his own front wing. Michael turning in. It looks to me like he had the corner, to be fair.
And into retirement for I believe, the 4th time this season goes Michael Schumacher. What's such a picture? And importantly, Michael Schumacher has tangled with Takuma Sato. And he's out of the Grand Prix. Michael Schumacher's miserable 2005 comes to an end here at Spa.
Probably he will try also to get a go at you. I don't know if he's light.
Whoa, Michael again on slow speed. Other cars once again a misunderstanding at different speeds. Any moment now, a Minardi will come slashing through. Christian Albers, a tremendous misunderstanding between one of the rookies and the most experienced driver in Formula One.
Safety car like this, and the safety car period.
Oh, hang on, this is Michael Schumacher. Michael Schumacher has had an incident in the tunnel, has hit the wall and has knocked off his left front wheel, and Michael Schumacher is out of the... But he's bent the front left suspension. Wow.
And it's Coulthard. It's Coulthard that he's hit. Lap. Oh, and it's Barrichello spinning the wall.
Yeah, Barrichello, who was due to come in for a drive-through penalty, has hit the wall pretty hard. Now he's been dropping bits of debris there, Martin.
I was already probably having problems with standing water. I think they're about to get a bit more.
Schumacher's on.
Michael Schumacher has crashed. Sorry, Louise, but as Martin spotted, Michael Schumacher's gone straight on in the same place as Pitsonia. Is it? Yes. Yes, there's Montoya's car. That's Pissonia's car. For it all the time, obviously trying to stay on the dry stuff as much as possible, but do you not have to keep these things quite cool as well?
Yeah.
Well, he's slowing, is he?
Yes, he is.
He's slowing. Rubens Barrichello. I don't believe it. He's retired here 8 years in a row. He was leading here last year and this happened. Coulthard goes past him. Raikkonen goes past him. Ralf Schumacher goes past him. And you hear that thump. That's thousands of hearts in Sao Paulo in the grandstands hitting the floor. Rubinho is out of the race. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. What an awful incident there for Rubens Barrichello. What on earth happened then?
Left rear suspension failure. Is off the road. Looks like an engine problem, doesn't it? Left bank again. So Rubens Barrichello, one of the unluckiest men in Grand Prix racing. Aggressive in traffic. Oh, and that's Barrichello. That's finished his afternoon off, hasn't it?
And he's hit Ralf Schumacher up the back. Rubens Barrichello trying to be a bit too aggressive into late. Not a problem of some sort. He's slowing right down. You can see at the back of your picture there.
Tucked up behind him and Hagginen goes round and straight into the barrier. Is on.
Barrichello out of the race. For the looks of it, Barrichello with some kind of problem. Coasting now.
And Michael Schumacher is threading his way through the field. Schumacher out of the race.
Seconds down there in the lead, and that looks like they're going to take Salo out of the race. There's not one of the World Championship contenders currently.
Schumacher.
Yes, less frontal area on the car, and a lot of smoke coming out of the back of Schumacher's car there as he accelerated hard.
No,
yes, there's some more sign. I think that engine is breathing heavily, but he did tend to do that a bit through last season, but not as heavily as that.
And meantime, Villeneuve is now 3.9.
There we go.
Bang, that's it. That's it. No points, nil point for Michael Schumacher.
Very, very early pit stop, going very slowly down the pit lane, look, and he's going to retire from the race.
Yes, it's go. And Coulthard drags. Hakkinen gets away well. Look at Eddie Irvine coming up on the inside. Villeneuve goes up into second position. Schumacher is down into about sixth position. Bad start by the Ferrari. Great start by Eddie Irvine. Villeneuve. Look at Villeneuve. And into the wall. Who was that?
Coulthard in the wall.
David Coulthard into the wall. They'll stop the race.
They'll have to red flag this.
Terrible. Look, this is quite appalling. This is the worst start for a Grand Prix that I have ever seen in the whole of my life. Now he's going to be fighting for second, and off goes Schumacher.
No, it's Irvine. It's Irvine.
Apologies. Trying too hard, and is just missed by Heinz-Harald Frentzen. Off goes the nose wing of the Ferrari. Forget that David Coulthard in these appalling conditions. Oh God! Michael Schumacher hits David Coulthard and is out of the Belgian Grand Prix. Maybe he should have been a bit more circumspect about trying to pass him, but he is out. Now, what is he up to? He's storming down the pit lane, presumably to go. Look at him! He's saying, "I'm going to the stewards." James, can you enlighten? He's going to Coulthard. He's going to have it out with David Coulthard. This is a bit like Nigel Mansell and Ayrton Senna at that Belgian Grand Prix when Nigel got him by the throat. James, what's the news?
And we've got Michael Schumacher's got some kind of problem.
Schumacher puncture.
Is that a right rear
puncture? It's all happening to Michael Schumacher today. And he's coming, he tours out of the race. Jordan third, Jordan Lacey, and spin. That's Eddie Irvine spinning out. There's somebody's wing or front wing, and Eddie Irvine is already out of the Canadian Grand Prix. Just one Ferrari left. And Eddie Irvine coming in with a tyre problem, like no tyre on the left rear wheel.
Gear shift problem because Villeneuve is all over him. Look, he's going through. Oh yes. I don't think.
Out goes Michael Schumacher.
That didn't work, Michael. You hit the wrong part of him, my friend. I don't think that will cause Villeneuve a problem.
Car went down to 20 cars, and that's Schumacher. Michael Schumacher is out of the Monaco Grand Prix before the first lap has even been completed.
In case the rain comes down harder, because believe me,
and that's Irvine and Sarlo and Hakkinen. Oh my goodness!
It's extremely treacherous, and that's Eddie Irvine off then the Ferrari.
Yeah, Irvine out and Schumacher down in 5th position. Now Schumacher was blaming his clutch for his bad start at Monaco. Crews are down in the line, and Gerhard Berger is out of the British Grand Prix on lap 22 out of 61. One Ferrari down, with David Coulthard in 2nd place, who has just made the fastest lap of the race. 1 minute 55.790 seconds. New tyres and wheels for Alesi, but I'm sure it's more than that. Remember, he had that problem on the grid. Schumacher by 3 seconds, and Gerhard Berger on wet tyres drifts into the pit lane. Now, is this a retirement? Yes, it is. Off comes the steering wheel. 3rd position and 5 seconds ahead of Hakkinen, who is in 4th place. Barrichello, and there is the Ferrari, and that is Gerhard Berger. What an incredible race this is. It's certainly not going to be a Ferrari 1st and 2nd because Berger is out of the race.